Today's video is sponsored by OneFootball. Get all the latest updates from the Premier League and hundreds of other top fixtures from around the world, as well as the latest scores, videos, fixtures, stats, and more for everything related to football. Link is in the description. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we talk about Master League. Let's talk about how the season went. And let's talk about other things and bits and bobs and my impressions of the gameplay after playing it for many, many hours and finally getting a season done in PES. It's probably actually the quickest season I've done on PES for a while, which it probably seems ridiculous because, you know, it's January and I've only done one season. But you have to remember, we started quite late because of the issues that were there, and then we restarted from Arsenal to Manchester United. So it hasn't really gone according to plan. Next year, I'm hoping next year just to get a Master League out the way. Right off the bat, got a bit of gameplay in the background for you guys. Obviously, the Champions League final that we had. Absolutely delighted with the way that went. So let's talk about stuff. I'm going to start going on and on and on and probably, you know, going here and there. But you guys hopefully will enjoy today's video and agree or disagree. Let me know your thoughts below. So let's sort of rewind quite a ways way back to when I was streaming, when I was doing career mode, and what happened there before we get into Master League. I had a plan. I had a plan of playing FIFA this year, okay? I got it on Origin. I was paying monthly to keep the game. I'm not doing it anymore. And I just... Look, at the end of the day, okay, I didn't enjoy the gameplay. I still don't. I think FIFA is one of those games you either love it or you don't, and it's very easy to pick up and play. I didn't feel like... I honestly thought that the game wasn't difficult. Now, I know I started with Real Madrid, okay? I started with Real Madrid, but I was playing on Legend, or Legendary, and the AI were not closing me down, and this was playing with default sliders. I don't feel like I have to go in there and change the sliders just to make the AI play better. So I just got bored. I got bored of playing FIFA, and no one... This is the thing as well, right? You look at it from my perspective. I'm a YouTuber. I create content every single week. I spend hours and hours and hours editing, recording, commentating, and all that. If I put a FIFA video out and it gets 1,000 views in a day, I put out a PES Master League video, it gets me 4,000 or 5,000 views. Which one am I going to choose? You know, which one do I enjoy more? I enjoy PES. Always have done. It's got its problems, yes. Every game is going to have its problems now because of how big these games are getting. I mean, PES could obviously be a lot bigger than it is. But I just, you know, I've got to do it from my point of view. If I enjoy a game, I'll play it. If I don't, I won't. I tried FIFA. I tried to stream it. I got bored. It's as simple as that. I got bored of it. For me, you know, it's got licenses, yes. It's got Ultimate Team, yes. It's got the game modes. But I just find the gameplay boring. And yeah, you can look at the gameplay in the back, and you can, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but PES is so, it's so random as well though, isn't it? I mean, someone commented yesterday about Tottenham didn't perform, they were passive, and they, yes, because it happens, you know what I mean? Like, Man United this season have been up and down, like a yo-yo. The consistency is horrendous for Manchester United. Would you get that on FIFA? Probably not, because they're just programmed to play sort of the same way every single game. Whereas on PES, you're like, one game you're playing well, and then the opposition's horrendous, and then they're playing good. It's a complete mixed bag, and I've always liked that about PES. You never know what you're going to get. Now, I don't agree with the likes of Burnley playing as Barcelona, and, you know, one of the championship teams suddenly are playing phenomenal, because Legend is a cheat mode difficulty. It is. It's the reason I didn't do the Champions League final. I had a couple of exhibitions, right? I started them off. I played about 10, 15, 20 minutes. The AI were quicker than me, faster, you know, the reaction times were better, there was a delay for my players. It was like, it was a massive Game Shark, you know, cheat code for the AI compared to myself. And why am I going to handicap myself on a difficulty that's just not fun to play? Even playing with mods, you know, and changing the files, changing the EXEs, it still made it basically impossible for me to play it. So I decided against Legend. I played Superstar because that's what I've been playing all year, and that's exactly what happened. Now, yeah, the streaming stopped. I do apologize. But I just got sort of, it is a lot of work. It is. I mean, look, I try and put out as many videos as I can. This is kind of a heart-to-heart video, really, isn't it? But, you know, I try and put out as many videos as I can in a week. I don't like to put out less than 5 at a minimum, and obviously 7 sort of a max, because I'm trying to do 1 a day. Trying to stream as well, it took away a lot. What I started off with was streaming and doing Master League, which is actually harder than me sort of recording it and then editing it and stuff. I still do live commentary, don't get me wrong, but streaming and playing and trying to converse with everyone and chat, it is harder. And then I was taking that gameplay, trying to edit it. I'm doing a lot of hand movements today. I was trying to edit it, and you know, it didn't look as good because you can only stream in, like, you know, 6K bitrate, whereas you can record in, you know, 60,000. I mean, it looks 10 times better. So I had enough of it. You know, my Twitch following isn't as big as YouTube, and I wanted to try Twitch, and it didn't really work. So if I'm going to do it again, I probably should go back to YouTube. But anyway, that's kind of what happened there. That's kind of what's happened. The streaming's gone out the window primarily because it is just too much work for me. I think if you're going to be a YouTuber, be a YouTuber. If you're going to be a streamer, be a streamer. Trying to sort of do both, very, very time consuming. Now, if you haven't got a full-time job, maybe it's doable. But I do, you know, I work 8 hours a day. I come home, I try and do videos for you guys. I spend hours editing. My wife sometimes gets annoyed with me because I'm gone, you know, for most of the night. But she understands that I'm loyal to you guys. I try and put out what I can, and I enjoy making videos as well. And that's important. Enjoy what you're doing. So anyway, that's kind of the spiel out of the way. So we got Master League going. We had a horrendous start to the season, didn't we? We were all over the place. I couldn't find a formation that I liked. And then finally it started to pick up the 3-5-2. I mean, that was Kakarot, obviously a loyal compadre. And he's always on people's PES channels. He did give me the idea of playing a 3-5-2 with wingbacks, and to be fair, it's worked out nicely. There's something about a 3-5-2 where, yes, I've conceded goals, but it's PES, it happens. If the AI want to score, they'll probably score against you. But we score plenty of goals as well. Having a 3-5-2, having two attacking, well, two centre forwards, one centre forward and one second striker, and then having the AMF behind him, and having the wingers up and down the flanks, it just gives you more options. So I would recommend trying it out if you're playing Master League. Definitely give a 3-5-2 a go, because it just gives you more freedom to play football and sort of, you know, create different chances. So a couple of things about the gameplay. Let's talk about that real quick this year and how it went down. Now, obviously, I was using mods, okay? So the gameplay was tweaked. I've just belched. And hopefully you guys didn't hear it. You know, I tweaked the gameplay. All right, we had a mod. Now, there's a lot of physicality there. I was getting kind of annoyed at the end of it because there was too many fouls. But this is also the luxury of having the PC version. You know, next season very well may be different, because another gameplay patch, another gameplay mod will come out. We'll play with that. We'll see how it goes. That's why every game is different, and that's why I think you guys are enjoying it this season, because we're not having 0-0s and 1-0s. It's 3-2. You know, it's 5-1. It's 2-2. There's goals. There's action. There's chances. There's everything. Everything you want in a bit of gameplay to see. So we talk about the gameplay. Yes, first of all, let's get this out of the way. Set pieces are far too easy this year. Next year, they have to dumb down. Well, not set pieces as such, but it's the free kicks, all right? The free kicks, once you get them down, someone with an 80 plus, even a 75, you're probably going to score, at least if you hit it on the target. I don't know if the goalies are too far over or what's going on there. It might be simple. It might be as simple as that. The goalies are just, they're standing way too over with the wall covering one side of it. I still don't know why now in real life and in the real world why goalies do that. Stand in the middle. You know, give yourself more of a chance, because a few players will whip it from one side of the goal to the other instead of going, you know, straight around the wall. But I think maybe they need to tweak the goalkeeping positioning, but they definitely need to make free kicks harder next year. Far too easy. I don't know how many I scored. If you guys want to count, go ahead. I might even do a compilation of all the free kicks that we did end up banging in the back of the net. I mean, we played Man City. We scored 2 headers from set pieces, but, you know, that didn't happen in every game, and that's the thing. It was almost like City just were terrible, and they got the tactics wrong that day. And that enabled me to score the two set pieces, the corners, and advance to the final. That was their own fault. It happens, whatever. But I tried against Tottenham. I couldn't score headers. So it's not like, oh, one time, it's overpowering. It isn't. It's kind of a mix there. Whereas set pieces and free kicks, yes, free kicks are OP. So we talk also about the refereeing. I mean, I'm still up and down with that. But I don't know if it's the refereeing as such, or it's primarily, the Fox engine getting a lot of these fouls wrong. I mean, I saw a lot of clipping, this year. There was a lot of clipping, which was kind of disappointing to see when players' arms are going through the grass or going through each other. I don't know. It's weird. Konami, it's like they get things right and then they get things totally wrong, But what can you say? Because we know FIFA, I mean, you've seen some of the glitches on FIFA. It's absolutely mental. But FIFA is coded differently. It is a bigger game. There is more going on, more programming. More calculations are happening than PES. So, I mean, PES doesn't have the problems that FIFA has, where players are flying off, into space, but still has that clipping issue and that. But, I mean, overall, I think you guys probably got the consensus that I started to enjoy it more. Once we started clicking, once we got rid of some of the dead wood, and the formation was there and the chemistry was a little bit better. I can't seem to get higher than 95 chemistry, but there is still a slight issue, and this is the problem I have with PES and playing on sort of Superstar. There's still like lag, there's still some sort of like delay, and that's the thing. You guys come in my comments sometimes, and I'm a very hard person to piss off, by the way. Like, you have to do something really ridiculous or leave a really mental comment to annoy me. I'll take most things constructive criticism, and I'm like, okay, fair enough, whatever. But when people come in and they say, like, oh, you suck, this, that, and the other, it's because the game will not let me do what I want to do. I want to clear the ball. I want to clear the ball. Sorry, how's this? I want to clear the ball, and they're taking too long to do it, whereas the AI do it straight away. I want to pass it. He's taking too long. Paul Pogba. He was good for me and he was bad for me, but he is so, like, for some reason he has this enormous touch on PES, where if you get the ball down with him and you accelerate, he just takes literally a 6-foot touch away from him and you lose possession. I think he needs to be tweaked slightly. I think, Pogba's actually quite a skillful player when you watch him play. He's got a good touch, he's got good vision, but on PES, it's like, sometimes it's like controlling a tank, and you guys are sure I agree with me. I mean, you've got Messi who's quick, Ronaldo, but Pogba is like controlling a tank at times. But there is a lag and there is some latency in there, and it does frustrate me when that happens. So PES is kind of just like, it's a love-hate relationship, isn't it? I mean, I can go away and hate the game one day and come back and love it the next. But ultimately, it's still PES. It's still something I've been brought up with. I enjoyed the Master League season. And next year, this season coming up, it's going to be great. I'm going to enjoy it because we're going to buy a lot of players. I've been reading the comments that you guys have listed a lot of different players to pick up. Some have been ridiculous, like get Ronaldo back, get Messi, get Neymar, Mbappe. I'm not going to be buying these players, guys. Come on. I'm not going to get Mbappe because I've got Martial, I've got Rashford, I've got Harrit, I've got Douglas Costa. I've got players that can play kind of as a winger anyway. What I don't have really is a solid DMF. Matic is getting old. I don't really have a good solid centre-back as well because Nacho's going to be leaving because he's on loan. So we're going to have to pick up some players. It's going to be interesting to see who we can get, what we can do in the time frame that we have. And we've got over 100 million budget on the transfer, 22 million I think on the salary. I mean, even the top players are probably like 6 or 7 million, so we can probably get 3 absolute world-class players. But I don't want to just get 3. I want to branch out and get youth, get some gems, bring them in, let them play, and try and increase their rank and their overall rating, Because there are a couple of players that I think will excel. Harrit has been brilliant. What a signing he was. I mean, you guys said pick him up. We did. He's young, versatile, very talented, and he scored a couple of cracking goals as well last season. So he's going to be a player to watch. But yeah, overall, guys, I'm enjoying myself. I enjoyed Master League. It's got its problems, yes, I know. But look, this is the thing I kind of feel like, don't come in my videos and just bash the game and bash the game. Look, we know. We know there's issues with it. Just enjoy the video. You enjoy the gameplay. If you don't enjoy it, that's fine. Leave a dislike if you really want to. But, there's no point starting an argument. I mean, PES is PES. If you like PES, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Go and play FIFA elsewhere. There's an option for you. But I enjoyed myself. Started off poor. Yeah, we kind of started off here, didn't we? And then we kind of slowly started playing better. We finished 6th. Terrible. FA Cup semi-final wasn't bad. Champions League, we won it. I mean, that was the one right there. And that's the thing. If Man United won the Champions League this year and they finished 6th, people wouldn't care. Honestly, wouldn't care that they finished 6th. I would care more about winning that Champions League because that means we've beaten the best of the best. And we'll propel ourselves next year to see how we do in the Premier League. And Solskjaer so far has done well. We'll see how they do against Tottenham Hotspur. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of my roundup. Talking this, that, and the other. We're going to keep bashing out the gameplay. Sit down tomorrow or today when you guys are watching this and get on with continuing the season. So the first couple of episodes, just to sum it up, we're going to be talking transfers. We're going to be trying to buy players. We've got a farewell match. I may just skip it. The ICC Cup, the International Champions Cup, will probably be a part of as well. We'll see how that goes. If we do snap up some players before that, maybe try them out, test them out, see how we do. But there's a lot of potential here for this United side next season. We're going to come back buzzing. Luigi knows what has to be done, as Paul Pogba is dabbing in the background there after he scored a belter. So I hope you guys did enjoy the season. Thank you very much for the support. Always appreciate every like, comment that you guys leave. And hopefully this year is going to be bigger and better than ever. Because, you know, PES 2020 news will start coming out middle of the year. Even April, May, June. So when that comes out, this is the channel for you. Going to have all the PES content. But I wanted to let you guys know why I kind of stopped FIFA. The streaming deal as well. It is honestly too much for me to stream and do YouTube full-time. Well, not full-time, but trying to commit to both. It's very difficult. I think you either do one or the other. And if you don't have a job, then you can do both. But unfortunately, I do have a job. And it is what it is. Anyway, hope you guys did enjoy it. We'll be back shortly. There's another goal. Pogba scored again. We'll finish on a high. Until next time, take care.